Here's a picture of an old Japanese man. What does this 75-year-old Japanese man have to do with the reason why 99% of people never make any money from the traditional MLMs or work from home type of opportunities? Before I tell you the answer, let me ask you a question. Do you want to make money for yourself so that way you can finally have time freedom? Would you like to have a business that could literally change people's lives forever and something that finally pays you what you're worth? Have you ever wanted to work from home? We all have, right? You know, actually make six figures and live that lifestyle that we all want, where you could have a nice house and the freedom to travel all over the world with the beautiful soulmate of yours. And aren't you tired of stressing about finances and having money at your forefront of your mind all the time? If you're anything like me, you've probably tried to make money for yourself before. Maybe you've tried MLM, but didn't it suck depending on an unmotivated downline for your success? Do you remember the feeling of finally sponsoring someone and then the next day they're gone? Remember working so hard, but in reality only making pennies? Didn't you hate bugging your friends and your family about your product and your opportunity? In the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to something unlike anything you've ever seen before. And I promise you that. It's called the black box business model. It's a business model that combines the power of mega multi-billion-dollar companies like Apple with the exponential and uncapped income potential of network marketing. And no, this is not another MLM. This business model is so revolutionary, in fact, it's even recently received a patent. And as you know, for something to receive a patent, it needs to be dramatically different. I'm going to show you a business that has no attrition, no monthly auto ships, and a business that pays you more than anything you've ever seen before. Oh yeah, and you can start without using any of your own money. More about that in a second. And I know once I reveal it to you, you're going to want to own your own black box. Everybody does. But unfortunately, the way the business is set up, we can only bring on a few certain people that meet a certain list of criteria, so there will be a short application process. And if your application qualifies, then we'll schedule an interview with you and someone from our office. I'm going to tell you more about the black box business model in just a second, but first let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Adam Winnig, and some of you may know me personally, or some of you may recognize me from seeing me in Success Magazine, or maybe some of you saw that video that went viral on the internet of how I was able to purchase an Aston Martin at the age of 21. And some of you may not know me. And at first, I didn't know I was ever going to find this, but it really pissed me off seeing how many of my close friends were struggling to make money. So I went on this little journey to find out why that was happening, and I accidentally ran into the black box business model. And at first I didn't think I'd ever be making this video, but so many people were curious as to how I was able to turn a $45 investment into over $6,700 just last week that I figured I'd make this video to explain it rather than having to tell my story over and over and over again. But let me tell you, it wasn't always like this, and I remember feeling completely lost. I mean, I had invested so much time, so much energy, and so much of my own money to making my business work, and I saw it quickly spiraling out of control. I saw my income fall to nearly pennies in a matter of months, and I had just bought my dream home and a nice car and was finally living on my own. And I remember sitting up in my room late one night crying, and I was feeling frustrated and helpless, and I had this big knot in my stomach because I didn't know how I was going to survive financially. And I remember feeling this pressure mounting more and more every single day as I watched my business fail out of my control. But not only was I failing financially, but really my reputation was on the line. And for the first time, I was beginning to experience this seeking feeling of doubt and worry, and I was scrambling, trying to make ends meet, doing everything that I possibly could to get my business back on its feet. But I couldn't stop the downward spiral. It was like a leaky bucket. I mean, just as fast as I recruited and tried to build my company again, I saw people leaving even faster. After being drowned by this state of misery, I remember finally being able to detach myself from the emotion of it all, and I began to pray to God. which led me to some realizations that I had really never thought of before. And then I had this big aha moment where I realized that I wasn't the problem, but it was the nature of the business that I was in that was the problem. There were some major flaws that made it very difficult for the average Joe to actually make a substantial income. So I went on this path for the past 9 months to study all different types of ways to make money because I really wanted to help myself get out of this hole. And I studied all different types of companies and all different types of ways of making money, everything from selling door to door to MLM to internet marketing to the traditional style businesses. And I finally came across something that combined the power of all these different strategies and something that people were actually making money at. And I knew I had found something special when I was able to turn a small $45 investment into $1,000 in under a week without having to sign up a bunch of people or bug my friends about something. But the reason you haven't succeeded yet in making money for yourself isn't because of you. It's because you've been lied to, just like I had been lied to. You've been fed these false promises from all these make money from home type of opportunities, but it's all a big joke. And it's not your fault that you haven't succeeded yet or actually made real money. We all know that MLM has some serious pitfalls and have consistently proven that it's extremely hard to make money in MLM. So let me tell you, I started the Black Box business model without using any of my own money and leveraging other people's money, and I was able to make $1,000 my first week. But that just continued to grow like crazy to a point where I'm now making almost $1,000 every single day. But it's not just happening for me. My best friend Mike, for example, he had tried MLM for 2 years and he really struggled. And he made more money with the Black Box in just 2 weeks than he had made in his entire career in MLM of over 2 years. And it's not just me and it's not just Mike, but take my friend Kevin, for example. He had never made any money in his home-based business opportunity. He actually even lost money. And this month he was able to make over $15,000. What's really cool is not only is everyone making a bunch of money with what they're doing, but they're doing it with a product that will compete with Apple's iPhone as one of the greatest inventions of the past 100 years. And we'll tell you more about the product on the next page after you fill out your application. Now, let me give you a formal introduction to the Black Box business model. And at the end of this video, in just a couple minutes, you'll have the opportunity to apply for a position to work with us on the project. And if we like the application responses and you meet the criteria, one of our directors will set up a time to interview you. Now, let me show you how this revolutionary Black Box business model works. The Black Box business model is the most revolutionary business model we have ever seen. It's so revolutionary, in fact, it's recently received a patent. And as you know, in order to receive a patent, something needs to be significantly different. I spent the past 5 years studying successful multi-billion-dollar corporations. I've also spent 3 years as a full-time distributor in network marketing and was one of the top distributors in the world. After I left my MLM company, I was looking for something that combined the power of a multi-billion-dollar corporation with the uncapped income potential of network marketing. Now, surely there's a way we can design a business model that pulls the best attributes of both business models. Let me introduce you to the Black Box business model. But before we get started, please understand this. The Black Box is a business model. It's not an actual product. The Black Box could best be described as a hybrid between the high commissions of real estate and the ability to get paid off of other people's efforts, like in affiliate marketing. But it's important first that you understand how you make money in this business model. With that being said, let me ask you a question. Would you rather earn $7.50 a month for 45 months or $340 today? You see, that's been one of the big flaws of the traditional MLM business model. It takes way too long to make any money off the people that you bring in. Let's take a look at how the MLM payout works. In the traditional MLM, you go to work, you start sharing the products with people, and finally you sponsor someone. Then they go on to order $150 a month worth of product every single month, and you get to make a whopping 5% on that $150, which is about $7.50 each month. To make $340, it would take you 45 months. That's almost 4 years, assuming these people stay active that long, which is a huge downfall in the traditional MLM business model. Let's look at it another way. How many people do you need in your MLM structure to earn $340 a month? The answer, 45 people. Once again, that's if each one of these people is buying $150 every month. That means you're only making $7.50 on each one. And that's why it takes 45 people to make $340 a month. And that's only if these people keep buying every month. What if they drop out, and how long do they stay? Well, the Direct Selling Association tells us that 90% of people are only active for about 90 days. And that's why you constantly have to replace and replenish your people to keep earning money each month. What if there was a way where you could earn that full $340 now? Would you want to know about it? It's not a new concept. It's called the net present value of a new customer, and it's very common in the insurance industry. Now, what if there was a way where you could invest in a business that puts positive cash flow into your bank account, but you didn't have to use any of your own money? That would be pretty awesome, right? Well, once you apply, one of our directors will be calling you to explain how the Black Box business model uses a concept of OPM, which allows you to leverage other people's money to make money for yourself. We'll explain this more in depth over the phone if your application is approved past the initial screening. But let me ask you another question. If you could spend $54 and turn that into $340, how many times would you spend $54? All day long. That's nearly a 600% return on your money. Follow me to the whiteboard where I'm going to show you exactly how you can take advantage of this revolutionary business model. So now I'm going to show you on this whiteboard how you could turn a small $54 investment into $340. If you could turn $54 into $340, you would do that all day long, right? And we're going to do this using the patented 8-point commission system. It's the only one on the planet that's like this. There's nothing out there that even compares to what this is. It's received a patent. So how it works is it works on an 8-point commission system. So if you think about a pie, for example, and each slice of pie represents a point, each black box that you market pays out a total of 8 points. And each point is worth $340. So each black box that is marketed, there's a total of $340 times 8 that's paid out on each black box. Okay, so let's say that you make the commitment to $54 a month. Do you think that you could find somebody else that could make the commitment of $54 a month? Obviously. Now, here's how it works. As you continue to progress and you market more black boxes, you're going to continue to get a higher and a higher commission system. So let me explain how this works. Your first sale that you make here is called your 1A, or you're a one agent, meaning you take one piece of the pie, so you make $340. So let's say that you market a black box right here to Lauren. You make $340. Now, here's what makes this unlike anything that I've ever seen before is, let's say that Lauren then goes and markets a black box to Susan. Lauren's going to get paid $340, but you're also going to get paid $340 even though it was Lauren that marketed the black box and not you. Remember, 8 points total payout. So let's say that Susan markets one to John, and you're also going to get paid $340 for Susan marketing that box to John. But let's say John is a stud and sells 10 black boxes. You're going to get paid not $340, but you're going to get paid $340 times 10. Are you seeing the power of this? Now, when you market your second black box, you open up your second 1A franchise lane, which means you still get 1 point. So $340 for this black box that you marketed. Any black boxes that fall in this franchise lane, you're also going to collect $340. Pretty cool. Now, your third black box that you market, now you move across to your 2A position, where now you're earning 2 points of the pie, so you're earning $680. For the black box that you market, let's say I market one to Kevin, and Kevin markets one to Fred. Even though Kevin marketed to Fred, remember, you still get paid that $680, okay? Now, moving down, let's say that Fred markets 10. Remember, you get paid $680 times 10. Any sales that happen in this lane, you get paid 2 points. Now, when there's a total of 10 black boxes that have been marketed in your group, meaning your direct sales or your indirect sales, 10 total, your next black box that you market, you move across the board to your 3A, so you collect 3 points or $1,020. Now you're making $1,020 for a black box that you market, or if somebody in this lane markets a black box, you're also going to get paid $1,020. Now there's some pretty big commissions in this. Now, as you continue to market these black boxes, when you have a total of 20 sold in your group, that's direct or indirect, your next sale that you make, you move across to your 4A. And now you're making $1,360 per black box for a $54 investment. That's not too bad. Again, any black boxes that get marketed in this lane, you're making $1,360. Now, as your sales organization begins to grow, when you have 50 black boxes that have been marketed, your next black box that you sell comes over here, and this is your 5A. You collect 5 points for any sales that happen below here, or $1,700. So now, after 100 total black boxes have been marketed, that's direct or indirect, just a total group of 100 black boxes have been marketed, the next direct sale that you make, now you're going to get paid a check of $2,040, but you've also opened up this lane for any time that you directly sell a black box for the rest of your life. You're opening up this franchise lane where you're going to make $2,040 off that black box that you marketed, but also off of the black box that others in this lane market. So for example, let's say that you sold a black box to me here, you're going to get paid a check of $2,040. But let's say that I go out and I market 10 other black boxes, you're going to get paid $2,040 times 10. You're going to get paid over $20,000. And now for the rest of your life, you don't go backwards in this. Anytime for the rest of your life, you directly market a black box, you're going to open up a 6A or a $2,000 franchise lane. Now, this is just the beginning of it. There's some really cool bonuses that start to kick in just a bit, where there's even actually a retirement program where the founder of this company is going to pay you anywhere from $5,000 to $80,000 monthly for life. So there's a really cool incentive as you continue to grow with this company that you can actually get paid a real type of pension. So if you haven't clicked the button yet and started filling out your application, I recommend you doing it right now. If anything has even slightly caught your attention, which I'm sure it has, then begin filling out that application, and don't listen to that voice of skepticism, or don't listen to that voice of negativity. Listen to that voice that you can do it and that there's stuff out there like this that actually exists. Submit the application. Unfortunately, the way that it's set up is not everyone will be accepted. You do have to meet a certain list of criteria, but go ahead, start filling out your application, and if it looked good, then someone from our office will be giving you a call to learn a little bit more about you and what you want to accomplish working with us on the Black Box. So if you haven't by now, click the button, begin filling out your application, and somebody from the office will be speaking with you soon.